Hi guys, this is Ainsley, Miss Washam's daughter, and it is our Basset Hound's birthday today, so I will be making a birthday cake and I'm videoing it to show y'all. So when you're baking a cake, there's 3 things to remember. You want to always wash your hands first. You preheat your oven. This time it's at 350 and you always grease your baking dish so when you're cutting your cake, it doesn't stick. So I have already greased mine. You can see it's all oily and ready to go. And while I was prepping for y'all, my oven has preheated, so it's ready to go. And I've also sifted the flour and put baking soda in it. So it will be nice and fluffy for the pups. I've also, it called for pumpkin puree, but I didn't have pumpkin puree, so I used sweet potato, and I pureed it after I microwaved it in the microwave for about 5 minutes to get it soft. That's a fast way to cook your sweet potatoes, and I put coconut oil in it to thin out the puree. So since I have my dry ingredients in this bowl ready to go, I'm gonna go on to my wet ingredients. So we'll combine our oil. I use coconut oil because my dogs love coconut oil. It was about 2 tablespoons. The recipe called for vegetable oil, but we didn't have that, but we had coconut oil. 1/4 cup of peanut butter. So we're gonna add that, and I have that ready to go. I'm gonna put this in here. And we've got our handy dandy spatula. It helps a lot getting everything out of the measuring cups and into the bowl. Okay. And then we have to put our applesauce in. So I have 1/2 cup of applesauce ready to go. And next, I'm going to put in the puree. So it's about 1/2 cup, I think. I had a little bit more, but that's okay. My dogs love sweet potato, so they'll be happy. Okay, so I'm going to mix this together. It's actually mixing pretty well. I had a whisk just in case, but it's mixing pretty good. So we mix all of this up until it's well combined, and once it is combined, we will add our egg. We've got a few more stirs to go and get the rest of this peanut butter on the bowl and into our mixture. Okay. So you see it's all nice and combined. So now we're going to add our egg, and it's just 1 egg, and I've already whisked it up and broken the yolk, so it's ready to go. And now I'm going to mix it in with the mixture.
Until well combined.
And a fun fact about cooking with an egg, or putting eggs in your cake, it's always essential usually to have eggs in your cake if you didn't know this, because it will actually keep the cake together and hold it together, because when the egg cooks, it has the ability to hold things in place. So, okay, this is all done. So I'm going to put this, it's a little bit thinner because I have the egg in here, and I'm going to mix this into the dry ingredients bowl with the flour and the baking soda. So we're just gonna put this in here. You always want to put your wet ingredients into your dry ingredients. So, you're able to combine everything easier. So this smells really good. My dogs are gonna love this. Okay, make sure I get everything on my spatula Spatulas are my favorite because you're able to scoop everything out pretty easily. Okay, so we've got all that in, and now we're just gonna mix it together. That's done for the most part. So we have this in here, and now we are going to put it in our 8-inch circular baking dish that's already greased and ready to go. So we'll just put it in here. We'll just spread it out in baking dish. All right, there we go. Took a minute, but got it all ready to go. And I'm going to put it in the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 25 to 30 minutes. And you always start at the lowest suggested time so you can see if your cake is done, because if you do it at the highest time, it may actually burn. So I'm gonna do that and I will be back. So now we're going to make the frosting. It called for a half cup of Greek yogurt, but we didn't have yogurt, so I used cream cheese instead. It works just as well. I have softened cream cheese in this bowl, and I have 1/4 cup of peanut butter in here. And we had to get a new spatula since the other one touched egg. You have to be careful with raw egg. It can cause salmonella. Well, it has salmonella, so you can get sick. So let's put this in this bowl. Okay, that's good. So we'll just whisk it together. Get it all nice and combined. And then, oops, making a mess. I'll take this spatula and I will scrape the sides of the bowl to get all the extra goodness off the sides so we can have even more flavor. Alright, whisk it one more time. Okay, so here is our icing. It's right here. So I'm going to cover it and put it in the fridge so it is ready to go when our cake comes out and cools. So our cake is done, but before we let it cool, we have to do 2 tests to make sure it is done. It looks golden brown on the edges, so I'm pretty sure that it's ready. We just have to make sure that the center is done. So if you press lightly on the cake, be careful not to burn yourself, it should spring back, and it's springing back pretty good. And there's also the toothpick test, which you do with all of your cakes and cupcakes and brownies. You stick a toothpick down the middle, and if it comes out clean, it's ready. And it came out clean, so it's ready. So now we are going to let it cool on this wire rack so it can cool a little bit faster and a little bit more even, since there's some air underneath, so it can go up under the pan and cool it from the top down and from the bottom up, and help cool this pan since it's very hot. So I will come back when this is cool and we will take it out of the pan and put the icing on top. So our cake is cold and we have our icing. So we're gonna put it on this white plate for them. And notice that since we greased our pan, I can just do this and flip it over onto the plate. So take our plastic wrap off and we'll just take this and actually we're gonna microwave it first. It's a little hard. So we'll do that. And once it's microwaved, we can spread it. So we've microwaved our icing so it's nice and easy to spread. So now we're just gonna take our spatula and get it all on the cake. Okay. And we can just take it and spread it on. It's all spread out and done. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.